All right, another question that came in throughout the week. What is the proper way to get into a conversation with those who are already in a QSO? John wants to know, what's the proper way to get into a conversation with those who are already in a QSO? If you're new to amateur radio, QSO is Q speak for a conversation. You'll hear that on the air. There's a bunch of these terms, but he's asking an etiquette question here, and I think that's a very good question.
That is a good question. Myself personally, if I want to get into a conversation, I usually just kind of in between the two stations, I'll just throw my call sign out, just and that's it. Whether they recognize it or not, some will use break, but I think the more eloquent way of doing it is just put your call sign in there and wait to be recognized by the other party. And if you're not recognized, don't don't worry about it too much because there are guys that they just want to talk amongst themselves and they don't want to have anybody else because they're kind of on a roll going back and forth. They got a rhythm going back and forth, and they don't want to be interrupted by an outsider. So don't take it personal. But for the most part, most people will recognize you if you just throw your call sign. I've heard others, and it's happened to me many times. They'll People will say comment, and that's another way. Or Paul brought up contact, but I found for me, I just always put out my call sign and then wait for them to to recognize it, and then go from there. It's I break is some people kind of get a little they get their panties wadded up when they hear the word break. So I avoid that contact, comment, or I just go my call sign.
For complete episodes, subscribe where you get podcasts and click the bell here on YouTube for features and live streams.